In psychology, your ability to resist temptation can give you some vital clues about how happy and successful you'll be. They say it's no longer your IQ that will set you apart, but your EQ. Here's Ian Henschke with the Adelaide EQ expert, who claims to have the answers to some of life's more puzzling questions.
It's really the invention of the century, and it will change the whole working structure of things.
No, it's not the microchip or the fibre optic cable. It's a psychological theory called EQ. James Salerno is a businessman who runs a chain of chiropractic clinics, and he believes the secret of success lies not so much in our intellect or IQ, but in our emotional makeup or EQ.
The reason why this is so important is that the higher your score is on the EQ test, the more successful you can become in life.
In the late 1960s, James Salerno volunteered and served as a combat soldier in Vietnam for 2 years. The Vietnam vet then taught in a remote Aboriginal community for 3 years. These experiences helped him develop his EQ theory and an EQ test, a concept which he says has coincidentally been developing in America and was even the cover story of a recent Time magazine.
Were you surprised when they came up with the same thing?
Definitely, I was very surprised, yes. A little bit upset too, because somebody else had beat me to it.
If you wait just a little while, I'll actually give you another chocolate. I'll give you 2 chocolates if you wait, but if you want it, you can eat it now. It's up to you. So I'll leave you with it, but if you wait a little while, I'll come back and I'll give you another chocolate. Okay? So that's our game.
Now, if you believe in American psychology, then the test you're about to see is a basic EQ test. According to the American psychologist who conducted a similar experiment, how a 4-year-old child reacts can predict their later success. He monitored children as they grew up and found those who could cope better with waiting for their reward appeared to do better later in life.
Mom! You were very good. There you go. Because you're a good girl, you actually get 2.
Thanks. And if you have any questions at all along the way or you're confused, just let me know. So I'll,
James Salerno doesn't give his employees the chocolate test, but he does score them out of 200. First, they assess their own emotional qualities, then they're assessed by their fellow workers.
Okay. You feel happy with that? Yep.
James Salerno believes the workers who can handle their emotions, lower their stress levels and work well within a group may not be the brightest individuals with the highest IQs, but they could have the highest EQs. His high EQ employees are his greatest asset.
If it creates less stress, people become more productive, so it's good for the organisation.
So we should really rethink the way people have been given promotions.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It will completely revolutionise the way that that organisation function. They'll be much, much more productive.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you going?
Good, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good, would you like to come through and see Dr. Floriani?
Sure.
This chiropractic clinic is one of more than half a dozen run on EQ lines. Although chiropractor Simon Floriani has high academic qualifications, the receptionist, Deborah Hamilton-Smith, scored far higher on her EQ test. The Salerno solution: put the receptionist in charge of running the business and reward her accordingly.
She's well worth it, and most people would know what it's like to have an employee that's worth their weight in gold. Well, this is a structured test that you can find out how much of a gold mine you've got there.
I know with myself and a lot of the workmates that I've worked with before that it doesn't feel good. You know, if you're not treated right, it doesn't feel good. And the EQ, for me, has really changed the whole way that I see my working life or my job. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds
good.
good.
That sounds good. Okay, good. Well, I think we'll make that happen. We'll implement that straight away. So today I'll give you your list.
But EQ's not just part of his business life. James also believes it's just as suited to his life at home.
I'll check it and make sure it's up.
So you do the checking up. With the children, it's very, very good because we then know which children have a high EQ, and they help make decisions.
For the whole family?
Indeed, absolutely.
In his years of testing, he's found people of average intellect often have the highest EQs. It seems that super brains rarely have the same level of emotional common sense.
So you think some of the brightest people in the world aren't necessarily the best people to run the world?
Absolutely. I think that I'm not the only one that discovered that. That's definitely true.
But if you're going to try the chocolate test on your child, be warned. Australian psychologists say it's not an accurate measure of things to come. It seems the old adage of all good things come to those who wait may not always be true.
If you wait a little while, I'll give you 2. No, you can't touch it. Leave it on the table if you want to get to... Do you want to what? You don't want to wait.
This little boy may be simply following that great bush philosophy. A bird, or in this case, a chocolate in the hand, is worth 2 in the bush.
You just want to eat it now.
Oh, I know the feeling. Now, after the break, our newly converted vegetarians.
You mentally and psychologically